Our learning intention for today is I am learning to add numbers using partitioning. So let's quickly review how we partition 35. We know that we put the number into the big circle at the top, and we partition by saying 30 and 5 equals 35. I think we're pretty good at doing that now. So let's have a look, just to remind ourselves, how we add these numbers. 45 plus 32 is our equation. And we know that we are going to partition them into 40 and 5 is 45. And then, of course, 32 is partitioned into 30 and 2. When we add our tens column together, 40 plus 30 equals 70. Then we do our units column, and 5 plus 2 is 7. And when we put these together, we get an answer of 77. Today you're going to need some dice because we're going to play a game. Now, if you don't have a dice at home, that's okay because I've found a virtual dice for you. So, some groups will be using the single dice, double dice, and as a super challenge, you might want to try the triple dice. So go to this link that I've put here below and I will load it into your lesson on Class Dojo. And you'll need that open plus your book and a piece of paper and a pencil. So let's have a look at what we're doing. Alrighty, let's start with blue group. You're going to need to have a table written up in your book. The numbers in black are the example, so just ignore those for the minute. At the top, I have the columns. First number, this is where the first roll of the dice will happen. Then the plus sign. Then we roll the dice again, we have the second number. Then equals, and then an answer. So for example, if I have a dice and I roll it, or I use my app and press a single dice, I roll the first dice and I get a number 3. We're going to plus another number, so I need to roll the dice again. And when I've rolled, this time I get a 5. And we know that 3 plus 5 equals 8. Good. Now I'm going to transfer the 8 to be the first number of the first column on the second row. Can you see where that's moved to? So this time our equation is going to start 8 plus something. I need to roll the dice. This time I've rolled the dice and I've got a 6. And that now equals 8 plus 6 equals 14. Alrighty, we need to put the 14 on the next line. So 14 in the first column plus 1, which is the roll of the dice because I rolled it again, equals 15. And now I need to move the 15 into the first column. Red and yellow groups. You are going to start by using the single dice, and you can see that the first number I rolled was a 3. Then I put the plus sign and I rolled again the single dice and I got a 5. 3 plus 5 equals 8. I then transfer the 8 to the first column. I then roll the dice again and I got a 6 this time. That equals 14. 8 plus 6 equals 14. I move the 14 to the first column. This time I'm feeling like I'm going to challenge myself. And I'm going to roll the double dice. So this time I get 2 dice if I've got them at home, or on the virtual dice machine, I roll a double dice and I get a 12. Now remember, this is all about practicing your partitioning. So when we look at 14 plus 12, I can add 10 plus 10 because I've partitioned them. And then I'm going to add 4 plus 2. So I get an answer of 26 because I've used partitioning. and then I move 26 to the next row. Green group, you're going to start with double dice. And when you're feeling confident, you might like to try and challenge yourself to introduce triple dice. See how you go. Now, today, you'll set up your page and you will put your IAL at the very top. Refer to the screen that I just showed you on what your groups are doing and how many dice you need to use. I want you to play for 10 minutes and record your workings out if you need to. Maybe you're ready to do them in your head. That would be amazing. So you can have a scrap piece of paper to show your partitioning and put your answers onto the table in your workbook and submit a photo. So play this game for around 10 minutes and see how high your final number is after 10 minutes. I can only imagine how big our numbers can get. Have fun, guys.